JoKer. Level 10 upgrade. So for today I'm going to be installing Proline's new brute body for the E-Revo 2.0. Honestly, I don't have any issues with the original body. It's still in really good condition, but I am going for a red theme, and the more red parts I put on here, the more clashing I'm having with the colors of the body. So let's go ahead and open up this new one and check it out. Of course, they always have their tips and tricks on the bottom of the cover. On the inside, of course, they have some decals, some masking for the windows, and a little catalog, which, you know, very basic, nothing very important. So one thing I have to admit, which is pretty nice, is that these bodies do come pre-cut, so I don't have to trim out the body from a giant piece of plexing. So that's always making it convenient. And it always comes with protective film on top. Just peel that off when you're done after painting, and you won't get any paint on the outside of the body. So now, I need to figure out a very good pattern for JoKer. Alright, so I think I finally figured something out. So everything that you see is clear is going to be shiny red. And then with the hood, the top, and the side panels, I'm going to do some gunmetal and see if I can go ahead and do a really cool carbon fiber effect. Not sure how well it's going to turn out. It's really experimental, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead and do the red layer. Alright, so the red has been sprayed, and as you can tell, it is translucent. And with translucent paints, you need to back it up with something. So usually I would go with white. As you can see, it is definitely going to brighten it up. But I want it to have an anodized look. So when I backed it up with gunmetal, you can see it has a really dramatic look. So that's what I'm going to do. As you can see, it gave it a very, very cool effect. I didn't expect it to turn out like this. Now it still is very translucent, so I don't want this getting too dark when I back it with black. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a layer of white to lighten this up just a little bit. So I finished backing it up with white, and I got a really, really cool effect. As you can see, when I did the gunmetal backing, I didn't get everything. So whatever I missed with the gunmetal, the white got through and lined it up, which created a lot of highlights in it. This looks like it's been anodized. I was not really going for that look, but sometimes you just gotta experiment and you can be pleasantly surprised. So now it's time to go ahead and do this carbon fiber. So this is how I'm gonna get the carbon fiber effect. I got this liner that's for cabinets, and you can get this at any major grocery store like Walmart. But anyways, I'm gonna lay this across the body. I'm gonna spray a mixture of silver and gunmetal. And then I'm gonna back it up with black. And after that, it gives you this effect, which I think is gonna look so freaking good. Now as you can see, the gunmetal is not as bright as the silver, so I would like for there to be a flow to carbon fiber like how it naturally is. So I'm gonna swirl these two together and see what kind of effect I get. Alright, so I went ahead and did the carbon fiber effect, and I did the black backing. Some areas didn't turn out so good, others turned out incredibly good. But now I gotta let this completely dry, and then I can go ahead and pull off the protective layer and get some stickers on. Alright, let's pull off this film. Alright, now it's time for the masking of the windows. Now does that look good or what? Now it's time to add some stickers. So something I have realized really quickly about the stickers that they include is the proportion is completely off. Look at that. It's way bigger than the actual size of the RC. Especially with these parts. They were just way too big. I had to actually trim them down a lot. So this is rather upsetting. I mean, stickers aren't the biggest part of a body, but they definitely add that flair. Not being able to use that flair, well, that That sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out, I guess, the PL on this and see what I can do with that. So thankfully the tail lights are the right size, but look at the front. And the sticker is, like I said, it's just too big. Same thing for the fenders as well as this part. I mean, that's disappointing. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and trim off this top part, but dang. Gosh, even the sticker for the hood isn't the right size. It's actually the right height, but it's not the right width. It actually comes up really short on each side. Alright, so I did my best with the stickers. Really disappointed they weren't the right size. It's really weird. Unless they put the wrong size stickers in there, because there are numerous versions of this exact body for different RCs. So perhaps they did that? Not too sure. But now I need to go ahead and put on the body bracket. So I need to get the old body, and I'm gonna start by undoing the 8 screws that are on the bottom. Alright, so now I have the top guard and I can pull off the middle bracket. Now I need to go ahead and take off the front and rear assembly. Each one is held in with 4 screws, 2 on each side. Now we got the front and the rear. Now, earlier I did do some upgrades which involved the RPM body savers. Unfortunately, the rear ones do not work, but the front ones do. So I will go ahead and transfer these over, and these are pretty much scrap parts now. So I'm going to go ahead and line up the front and then reinsert the 4 screws that hold it in. Now I'm going to get the rear and slide this in, and then reinsert the 4 screws that hold it in place. Next up, I'm going to get the middle bracket, slide that into position, and then I'm going to get the bracket on top, and then reinsert the 4 screws on the bottom. So there's one last thing that I did. I put a window sticker right here from an old Rustler body. The reason why I did that is when you put on and remove the body, you can see that the body posts rub up against the hood right here. Well, paint's not going to last as well as this printed design, so I want to protect the paint so I don't scrape it off over use. And of course, guys, here we have before and after. So overall, I have to say that I am really satisfied with this body. JoKer looks like an absolute beast with this thing. I really haven't had any issues installing it. The only problem was the stickers. The stickers were just too big for some parts. Like I mentioned before, the front RPM brackets do fit on there, not very well, but they do fit. The rear ones, yeah, because of this roll cage and everything, there's no way they could fit on there. But other than that, I have to say this turned out great. As always, I have to give a huge shout out to everyone who helps me out on Patreon. Because of you guys, these upgrades are possible. So I guess the next issue is these blue boots and bearings. They just clash too much with the red. I need to go ahead and replace those. However, that's for next time. For now, that was JoKer's level 10 upgrade.